I think we saw a little bit of everything in that game. Lead changes, back and forth, big shots, bonehead plays, offensive rebounds, a little bit of everything. So, good early season ball game. I guess it's nice to win in overtime, obviously. We got on a roll a few times and just couldn't keep the momentum. And sometimes it's just because we started turning the ball over. We started letting their token press affect us, and we weren't being as aggressive as we have been. When we attacked it and got into our stuff, I thought we got some pretty good shots. We shot a good percentage, but 19 turnovers. And the turnovers weren't from the press except for a couple times. They were just trying to attack or, just being a little loose with the ball. Disappointed in our rebounding effort. We were more worried about their cutting and their shooting than their rebounding, and I think they had just as many offensive rebounds as North Carolina did against us, and that kept them in the game in the second half. They only had 3 at halftime. They got 13 in the second half in overtime, so they got some easy looks because of that. We had to play defense a little bit longer and sort of wore our legs down.
Coach, it was games like this where they come up short the past couple of years. What's it feel like to go out there and go out there next?
Yeah, I mean, it feels good to win close games, obviously. Like I said, better than losing. I think that anytime you win, you can learn some things, good and bad. I don't know how long Marty sat on the bench in the second half, but for a really long time. And when he came back in, he didn't have a long face. He just competed and made some big plays. I thought Amaje did a great job. Amaje can really slide his feet for a big guy, and we were trying to switch all ball screens. And that affected them a little bit. But I can't remember when I made the change back to Marty, but I just appreciate him just coming back in and battling.
Second half seemed you were very critical of mistakes. Guys who made them came out. Is that something moving forward that guys have to earn that playing time when they make mistakes?
Yeah, on the defensive end.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially after I talk about it in the timeout or a huddle, what exactly we want to do, and then they don't do that. Or I say you need to box out, and as soon as you go in, you give up an offensive rebound. I mean, Campbell does not go to the boards as aggressively as a lot of people are going to play. And if our guys can't figure out to box out first and then go after the rebound, then maybe they should come sit down until they figure it out. So, yeah, I don't take many people out for offensive mistakes necessarily. Sometimes I will, but it's mostly on the defensive end, not guarding the ball. Acting, I don't know. So we'll just have to look at the film and sort of gather information.
What is it about Taves and Phil's on the court at the same time that kind of they complement each other?
Yeah, the hard part is we don't have a lot of stuff in our playbook that they're both in the game because we haven't practiced that way. Shai sat out for about 3.5 weeks, and that hurt for stuff that they could get used to playing the off-guard position because when Shai was out, he didn't study anything except for the point guard position. But tonight, Shai was being aggressive. Obviously, Kai was doing a good job, and I want to play them together. We just got to get them more reps. And so it sort of narrows our playbook down a little bit. And they went into a zone some to throw us off, which was smart because we definitely hadn't practiced much zone offense with both those guys in the game.
Stevie, you had 3 freshmen out there for a while in regulation, and they've contributed for you. What have they done to earn your trust to be able to be on the court late?
Get down in a stance and defend and then go out to the boards. Shai, I think he's going to go get a rebound, to be honest with you. I really do. I think he's going to go get at the rebound. And Amaje is too. Amaje's going to go after it. They might knock each other out trying to get the rebound. And Boggs is doing a good job on the boards. So those 3 guys, I just think they might end up with a rebound. But today they were really active in a stance and aggressive. And so I guess it gets them some good experience. I didn't necessarily pay that much attention to it. I just felt comfortable with them in the game. It wasn't like I was thinking, oh, God, we have 2 or 3 freshmen out there, in a tight ball game. I was just going with who was playing better in those situations.
I know it's really early, but it seems like Boggs is just scratching the surface. His instincts and just his name is obviously very impressive, but his instincts seem to be on a pretty high level.
Yeah, I agree. I think Shai has a really good basketball IQ too and instincts, and obviously Amaje has learned a lot along the way, but he just goes after it. I've been talking about that class, since we got him, not necessarily to you guys because they hadn't done anything on the court yet, but I thought they have a chance to be really, really good for us for a lot of years. And yes, Jake, there's a lot of stuff that he can do on the court, and he looks comfortable out there, and that's the most important thing. When Jake's comfortable, he can be pretty darn good.
the last 2 possessions of regulation, kind of late in the shot clock, 2 late timeouts. Kind of what was drawn up there late in the second one with Kai? I know you guys were trying to get off a shot late.
Yeah, we had 5 seconds, I think, on the shot clock, and so we were trying to set just a quick ball screen to get him all the way to the basket, and it just came up, I guess, a split second short. You know, they counted it. I thought it was good, but they reviewed it, and it was still in his hand. You know, they did a nice job defensively, sort of trying to act like they were going to switch out, and so Kai had to go a little bit farther away and to get it. And I don't know the next possession, but I know that they scored like off an offensive rebound, and then I know we got fouled, and Kai might have made a couple free throws, and then they went down and we fouled them. Their player made a nice play. We stayed in front of him, and he sort of threw it behind his head to number 22 maybe, and we fouled him, and so he, thankfully for us, missed one of the free throws.
Does this game maybe feel like a better barometer for the CAA games in the future versus your first 2 games, maybe?
Oh, definitely. You know, Campbell's a solid team, obviously. You know, they're going to be great in their conference. They were prepared to play. They stuck to their style, and we had to play their pace for most of the game. You know, when they're scoring and getting in their press, it's hard for us to attack because they're already into it. And so they did a nice job of controlling the tempo for most of the game. And, you know, and obviously in overtime, we just didn't miss a shot. We got some good looks and then made our free throws when we had to and ended up with the victory.
Before the game, you're recognizing all the veterans, 3 World War II vets, one that stormed the beaches of Normandy and had Purple Hearts. What was it like to be in that presence and just celebrate?
Yeah, I mean, obviously with Veterans Day yesterday and Military Appreciation Day for our game, you know, we appreciate all the people that are serving and that have served and given us this freedom that we live with. Pretty impressive, obviously. You know, there's not a lot of World War II vets still living, and for 3 of them to be at our game and excited to cheer us on. I wish it would have inspired a little more effort early in the game, but our guys dug down deep and did some great things, but we appreciate all the servicemen and what they've done for us.